Good evening to all esteemed participants, respected faculty members, and industrial participants, and our distinguished guests. I warmly welcome everyone to the day 2 of the AICTE Atal FDP on cybersecurity and applications, organized by Scope VIT-AP University. We are privileged to have with us today eminent experts in their field who will be sharing their knowledge and insights with us during this session. Let us now proceed to introduce our guest speaker for this session. Dr. M. Anand Kumar is working as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka. His area of interest includes natural language processing, machine translation systems for Indian languages, machine learning, and deep learning for natural language processing and text analytics. He has over 200 research articles to his credit, published in reputed international journals and conference proceedings. He has received around 2,200 Google Scholar citations for his research papers. He has completed the computing tools for Tamil language learning and teaching project funded by the government of Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Malayalam subtitle translation system consultancy project for Sharp Software Development Limited and identification and extraction of question and answers from unstructured documents consultancy project with Edu Minister PS. He is a SERB CRG awardee 2023 to 2026 of the 42 lakhs cost project titled A Deep Explainable Framework for Semantically Similar Document Retrieval and Summarization of Legal Text. He also had a project on creating awareness in the field of artificial intelligence through hands-on activities for school children in select districts of Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu, funded by DST NCSTC. He has organized more than 9 international shared tasks in Indian languages named DPAL 2016, MTIL 2017, INLI 2017, INLI 2018, and HASOC 22. He has developed NLP tools and resources like post tagging, morphological analyzer, and generator machine translation for Tamil and other Dravidian languages. He received PK Das Memorial South India's Best Faculty Award CSE Junior in 2017, the Research Excellence Award from Amrita Vidyapeetham in 2018, and the Young Scientist Award in November 2016 in NLP. Let us join our hands in warmly welcoming Dr. M. Anand Kumar. Sir, over to you, sir. Anand Kumar, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
I'll share my screen. One second. So I hope my screen is visible, right?
Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Fine. Okay. Yeah. So once again, good evening to all. So first of all, thanks to Ram and thanks for inviting me for giving the talk on cyber forensics using machine learning. So next 1.5 hours, I'm going to talk about cyber forensics in using machine learning. So the topic you can consider that as so I'm in the cyber forensics. I'm going to concentrate majorly on text forensics as I'm working in the area of NLP. So I'm going to talk only on the text perspective. So we can consider this as a kind of cyberbullying and text forensics. Yeah, before that, so this is about my institute. So I belong to NITK Surathkal. I'm working here for last 7 years. Our institute started in 1960. So it's a 65-year-old institution. So it's, you can say that it's near to, it's between Udupi and Mangalore. So this is about research group. So we have a research group called Scalar. So where we majorly focusing on NLP and machine learning and deep learning. Now we started working on large language models for NLP applications. So these are our projects. He already said about our projects. So I just skip on this. Fine. Yeah, this is the outline of the today's presentation. As I said that I going to give, I mean, the main focus, because cyber forensics is a very big domain. It's difficult to cover in 1.5 hours. I have taken in the cyber forensics, I have taken a part of text forensics. Text forensics with respect to, you can consider it's a kind of social media text forensics, where you can use, and what are the applications we are going to see that. Importantly, why we need to do research on it. So I'm going to show some kind of the motivational factors. So how this is socially relevant and all those things, and we'll see the applications finally. Yeah. So it's part of cyberbullying. And you say that the text forensics, that cyberbullying is a major term. So I'll start with the term the cyberbullying. So when I say that the cyberbullying, particularly the social media, or you can say that online bullying. So nowadays the cyberbullying is happening through social network sites. So whenever you post some image or whenever you post some command, and there will be bullying, and there will be a persons who is bullying or trolling you, or sometimes they may threaten you, all those things, right? So it's not happening only for you and me, it's happening for children. It's not because children, if they are going for a chat rooms, or if they're working on if they're opening any game chats, and this bullying is happening, right? So the first thing is, this is a part of text forensics, that it is a part in the sense how we are going to stop the bullying. If someone is bullying you, before that is posted on the social network or posted on the public, so the social networking sites or web pages should stop that bullying message, right, or any offensive message. But that is not now 100%. It's not, I can say that it's not implemented in those systems. Very few social media platforms are having those kind of systems. Even though if they are having it, it's only for English, and it may not be for Hindi or Telugu or some other languages. Fine. So before that, I want to say something actually. So I want the session to be more interactive. So I don't have much sentences in my slides. I just put images, and then I just will keep on. We'll make it as a discussion session. And if you need any clarification, or if my voice is not audible, or slides having some issues, feel free to stop at any time through message, or you can. I mean, I don't know whether the audio is allowed to you through message. You just inform that, sir, I'm not clear, and then this point you need to explain, or any clarification also. You just keep asking that then and there itself, right? Fine. Because I want to make it as a discussion. I want you to involve in that discussion also. Fine. This is just the intro about the cyberbullying. Now, so this is not my statement. This is from the cyberbullying and hate bullying report. So the types, or you can say the forms of cyberbullying. So there are 6 forms of cyberbullying. So if you just see that the first one, the type, if you see, so we know that the harassment, or you can say, or trolling, right? So that we know that it's not the harassment nowadays. It's not only the gender specific. It's not only the females are getting the online harassment. Nowadays, the males are getting the online harassment. Males are also getting the online harassment. As I said, that children are also affected by the harassment as well as trolling, right? So this, as I said, so the reason, if you see that the social media, where if you are posting photos, or if you're posting any videos, there will be a lot of comments, right? So those comments, about sometimes I say that 50% of the comments may be appreciating your efforts, or 50% of the comments may not be appreciating that. So there will be some kind of bullying. So that you can call it as a harassment or trolling. Fine. The next one, this is the important one in the current trend. So it's a denigration. So they are going to create a fake or untrue information and to spread rumors. Suppose you may be say for example you are popular in a social media, or they are taking your photos, or they're taking your message. So they just attach with some other photos, or they are just saying that you said this. They are just cropping some images, and they are just doing some morphing, and then they are sending a fake information, or they are generating your image, or they're generating some text through AI, and then they just populate or they spread untrue information about you, right? So this is the first one is happening for everyone, but second one may not happen for everyone, but this is happening for the popular persons, political persons, or the persons in a cinemas, or all those famous persons who is going to get this kind of untrue information. They may not say that sentence, but sometimes the bullying people, they will take that, they just spread the rumors like this politician said this particular thing about this particular region or something like that, right? So those are called denigration. This is also part of cyberbullying. This is also part of text forensics, cyber forensics. The next one, flaming. So the extreme language use. So you can see this is also happening in a social media. This is not for the popular person. It's for happening in everyone. If you are telling no, the mostly where this extreme language or the cause of fight happening, it's not in the post. It happening in the comments. You posted something, and the person A is commented, and person B comment on the person A. So there will be some conversation between A and B, and that may lead to extreme language usage, or that may lead to a kind of a fight online, the conversational fight and all. So those things are called flaming. You see that even though these are the cyberbullying, each and everyone have different nature, right? Harassment, for your photo, you are getting some offensive comments. Denigration, so that particularly for popular persons, so their images are misused, or they might have said something in the news, in a social media. People reverted that, people converted that into different information, and then they spread. Right. Flaming also we have seen that. Flaming is happening in comments, right? So the first one is you posted, and then it's in the comments, right? The second one is the post itself created. That's the second one. Third one is the fight happening inside the comments. Next one, stealing, right? This is not a new term, but this is also comes under the part of cyberbullying. So the stealing can be anything. I can steal your post, I can steal your image, I can steal your, we can say that your innovativeness, I can steal your conceptual ideas, anything can be stolen. But when it comes to the online or the cyber forensics, then here we are talking about stealing the identity, right? If you type the name, say for example, if you type the name Rohit Sharma, so there will be a lot of fake accounts in the name of Rohit Sharma, right? So those things are part of stealing. So someone steals the identity of someone and they are using it, right? This is the one part of stealing. The other part, hacking their website, it's also stealing. Hacking the website, and from that I hack his website, his profile, or the account. I hack his account, and then I just posting some nonsense messages as well as images. That's also part of stealing, right? The next one, even excluding, if you are not considering the social media, if you are taking someone's report or someone content from the blog, and you are posting like it's your own content, that's also stealing, right? The next one, exclusion. So intentionally you are leaving someone out. Say for example, in a class, where I'm just giving an example for execution. In a class, someone you are not at all considering him, even he answers, even if he asks some doubt, you are not at all considering, you're just avoiding him. So those things can happen in a social media as well as the chatbot discussions also, right? Intentionally, we are leaving someone. He may be the part of that, you are not at all considering. That's what it's a exclusion. Next one. So this is also for, it may happen for everyone. It's for a public. Last one. Sending explicit pictures. All right. So the earlier one, if you say that you posted image, I commented. No, this is actually voluntarily some bullying, sending the explicit pictures to the females or to the childrens, right? So that is also part of cyberbullying, right? So is it now? So the whatever I said, or the all comes under the text bullying. So we are going to not majorly focus on the image-based bullying, as I said that the pictures and all. I just listed the cyberbullying. I am giving focus on text-based bullying, right? So most of the most fact here is most of the persons who are doing all those things, they'll make themselves anonymous, right? If someone is sending explicit pictures, they may not use his original account, right? He may use some duplicate account, or he may use some fake account, and then he do the things. Flaming also, say for example, denigration also the same thing, right? Fine. Now, is it happening only for adult? So we are going to consider something about the children's also, because now you cannot avoid children to use mobile phones as well as the other platforms. Now the 10-year-old itself started playing, exploring in internet, and then they are just visiting some website, and then there may be chances that the bullying can happen to them, particularly in a gaming website. Say for example, because the level of you take this information, why we are talking about the children, that's the first point. Say for example, if I message you I hate you, it may not bother you much, right? But it's not for a small kid, right? So if I say you are a stupid, so we might have heard the words so many times. So as our maturity level increased, we may not feel that bad, or will not worry about that. If we just think about the children, so they may feel very bad. They'll put themselves down if you hear that term, I hate you, you are stupid, moron, and failure, all those things, right? So those things are happening in, as I said, a gaming platform, as well as nowadays this because every website, if you click that, automatically there is a automatic chatbot systems are there, right? So those are bots. So if someone hacked that, someone introduced attack to that bot, then if you are asking some question, the answer may be like so trolling you, the answer may be like kind of teasing you on other things, right? So that should be how we can going to stop that. So why we need to work? So I don't have a recent statistics, but I have a little old statistics, and then first I'll just say in the international perspective with respect to the US. So there is a survey, popular survey called Hinduja survey. So it surveyed for 5,000 high school students, and if you see that one third, more than a third, have experienced cyberbullying. So remember, this is old statistics. So where that time the internet usage may be less. So after COVID, internet is high, particularly among the school kids. So this the count may be increased now, right? So other interesting fact: who is bullying that? It's not only the third person. Sometimes the kid itself bullying someone. Say for example, 15% have participated in cyberbullying others, right? It's not that some group of people are doing that. Maybe the same kids itself a part of it. So often children, as well as usually the female, and children are often targeted. So because if you say that their performance, if you talk about their appearance, they will take this too personal, as because of immature the levels. So about the religion and some other factors if you do, and it will affect the kids, right? Okay, so this is again in international perspective. So this is, as I said, that this is a little old one. So we see that 87% of young people seeing cyberbullying occurring online, right? Now definitely this percentage is increased now. If you open the any news, if you look at the comment, and definitely you can see that there may be persons and any questions. Oh, audio is clear, right? Jairam said audio is okay, fine. What about others? It's no issues, right? Okay, fine. Thank you. I'll come back to the presentation. Fine. Yeah. So if you see that 87% of young people are seeing the cyberbullying online, right? If you just open any news, if you are seeing the comment, someone threatens, someone using offensive text, it means we are also witnessing the cyberbullying. This percentage is definitely increased now, right? So the other interesting thing, 36.5% of the people feel that they have been cyberbullied in their lifetime. So again, I'm repeating, this is increased, the percentage is increased already. And most of the people in that, most of the people are cyberbullied recently. In the past 30 days, they have been cyberbullied. This is the statistics again, the same, the Hinduja's survey. So you just see that this is old data, but what my point here is, I want to show that what the meaning of the cyberbullying and how it's happening. So that is the reason I just taken that. Rather than the numbers or the statistics, as I said, that numbers will be proportionally increased now, but you just concentrate on that content actually. So see that, so the people during the statistics, if you see that have been cyberbullied, 8%, and someone threatened to hurt me online. So those things also I'm saying that those are cyberbullying. It's taken from the 11 to 18-year-old kids. So at least, okay. So someone created a mean or hurtful web page about me, right? Someone spread rumors about me online. So that have the highest one. In my lifetime, I have been cyberbullied, 25%. Right? So as I said that the percentage may be proportionally increased, but you see that those things are all cyberbullying. Someone threatened, someone posted a hurtful message, someone, again, the video as well as the online things. Fine. So still we are in international perspectives. International, I have taken example of the American statistics. So with respect to the kids, so see that 16% students in US reported that they are cyberbullied, right? 1 in 5 girls, so it's increased when it comes to the girls. 20% girls are cyberbullied, right? Boys, now they are safe. It's a 1 in 10. It means only 10% of them are cyberbullied, but it's if you see that it's a doubled in a females, right? Yeah. So this is about where this cyberbullying was happening, right? So there are different social media platforms, right, where it happening majorly. So the majority of the earlier the majorities come from the Skype users. This is again, as I said, that's old data. So the Skype comes here. So again, the Facebook 54%, and you have YouTube is there, and the Twitter, old Twitter is there, X is there, 28%. So WhatsApp users 26%, right? And Viber and Instagram is 24%. Now the Instagram may be high, the percentage may be increased, Instagram as well as the Facebook proportionally compared with the Skype. This is where the cyberbullying is happening, right? This is again the Instagram. If you see that, as I said, Instagram is, now this is from, I think, Indian perspective. Yeah, no, we haven't touched the Indian perspective. So this are the recent one with respect to the social media platforms. Instagram is in a major category now. Kids, where the issues with the kids, what happened once they cyberbully? right? The majority of the person, 41% of the kids are developed social anxiety. This is very important thing, right? So this is what we are talking indirectly is about the mental health of the kids, right? So the develop the depression in that small age, one third of the people are getting the depressed, right? And suicidal thoughts, you see that. So this look like a very simple thing. So as I said that it's particularly for the kids. So even they are getting the suicide, one fourth getting the suicidal thoughts, right? So they are going away from the social media, right? They are going to. Some people are trying to engage them in a self harm. It's related to related to the suicidal things. So started skipping the class. Here it's maybe the online class, eating disorders. So began abusing alcohol and drugs, right? The other point also there actually. So once the kids are seeing that if they are cyberbullied, they try to some people some kids are cultivating the habit of cyberbullying others because they are seeing in the online social media someone is doing that. Okay, they may think that it's the usual things, so they'll do the same thing to the others, right? That's the reason, as I said, that 15% of the kids are involved in the cyberbullying. Next, the effect we already seen that the anger, isolation, and the depression and other things. So now we are just slowly coming to the India. There are a lot of news. I just taken one news: bullied, heckled girl commit suicide. So I just taken one news actually. This like this, there are many news, many things are happening, right? So now we're coming to that Indian scenario. You see that India, as I said about the US, right? Now it's coming to that international things. You see that there is a statistics from Forbes. So it says that India is in a top list, right? So the children, particularly the Indian children's, 37% or children are experiencing cyberbullying. This is a little old data, but still, I guess it retains. So 37% Indian, the cyberbullying happening that way, right? So where it happening, one third of our teens are experiencing. So this statistic, similar statistic we have seen in US also, right? Out of which women are twice as likely to be bullied compared to men. So these are the important platforms where that the cyberbullying is happening. There are some real world examples I have given here. If you see that something, I just see nobody likes you. Why are you so worthless? So something. There are some other things. I just highlighted things. I love how obsessed you are with me. Flattering, the jealousy is horrible. Games. So you see that the how the harassment, the other things are happening. So even someone reported that. Hi Twitter. So it's an earlier one. So it's a Twitter. So actually cyberbullying me. Is that acceptable on here? But now the Facebook have the button called the report button. But I don't know how many of them are reporting when you are witnessing this when cyberbullying or when you are witnessing the offensive comment. Are we reporting that? Very rarely people are reporting. With respect to India, so as I said, it's a little old data, even for 6 years, 7 years before itself it started. So 2018, it's keep on increasing that, the cyberbullying particularly. The blackmailing and then threatening is, interestingly, it's reduced that. But the increase, which is increasing is that bullying is increased, particularly among women and children. So experience and reporting the cyberbullying in percentage. So who is, say for example, 9.5% of the boys are experienced, and interestingly, only 8.6% of girls are experienced. 5.1% only reported here. That's other thing. 3.6. You see that at least boys even 5.5% is very less, right? Only 5% people are reporting that, and only 3%, 3.6 are reporting. So there is not much awareness in it. So the interesting fact: 45% of children in India hide their cyberbullying experiences from parents, compared to 25% globally. See that this is a very important thing, right? So our kids are, we are in the top. Indian kids are in top now. 45. The global average is 25% only. It's doubled around, right? 50% of children are hiding there. See, 85% of Indian children experiencing cyberbullying, highest globally, right? Top 10. So spreading false and rumors, we already seen that. Excluded from the groups, we also seen the denigration, we have seen that the exclusion, we have seen denigration, we have seen name calling. So trolling or putting nickname and calling in a social medias, all those things. Trolling is there, personal attack, sexual harassment, personal harm, all this. Some fact I just to say that, so young Indian girls see highest rate internationally. So 10 to 14-year-old girls, 32%, 15 to 16-year-old girl, 34%. Cyberbullying in India reaches alarming highs as more than 1 in 3 kids face cyber racism, sexual harassment, and threats of physical harm as early as at the age of 10. Right? So that is a bad sense. It's getting the adult getting the cyberbullying is different. As I said earlier, the children's getting the cyberbullying is different. So how to avoid that? It's a general things from the Indian cyber cell. So if you see that we should not create any fake accounts, and we should not go for sexting, no digital footprints, right? This is very important. We should not use mobile phones, or we should not use in a public charging places, portals, or don't use the Wi-Fi's in the public places, right? So set limit for electronics. So reach out for help, digital reputation. Don't post hurt. First, we have to teach our kids. You should not post. You should not create a fake account. You should not bully someone, right? You should not bullying someone. Don't respond to the rude comments. All these things. And importantly, don't let friends use your account, right? And you should keep on changing your passwords. Wherever you go always log out. Sorry. Have a strong password. So where Indians are weakening in creating strong password. So the safety measures for cyberbullying. So it's to give some awareness to the kids, as I talked about the kids. So the one thing is they have to communicate with the parents, right? And they should not have any communication with the cyberbullies, right? We should advise them to stop. Based on the intensive nature of the cyberbullying, you can say that whether you can go for a cyber cell or the other things, or what actions we can take it. So definitely parent need to guide them. So you should ask them to talk it out. So this is very important. They should not keep it themselves. So that will create unnecessary depression to them, right? Okay, fine. Now I have given the enough introduction about. So this is one part of our lecture is actually why we need to work on this research, and we are seeing that what is cyberbullying and what are the, in that we are seeing what are the different forms of cyberbullying, why it is important to India, and again I'm saying that this research is completely open. You cannot solve it with a one single tool. You need to develop a kind of multiple tools. We are going to see that what are the tools are required, what are the NLP or ML models are required to develop all those things. We'll see that. Now, how we can solve this through AML, right? So that's one way. So we can build a softwares to detect the cyberbullying content, right? It's a one way. It's not only the data. The one is actually you are cleaning the existing cyberbullying content. Wherever it's already posted there, you can see that you can clean it. Or before it posted, when I type something in a WhatsApp, before I click the send button, the software should check the authenticity of this message. Check that is there any bullying comment is there. So those things should be verified, and the model should take the precautious action. If I have any offensive text, if I'm sending to someone, the model should stop me to send the button. It should disable the send button, right? A simple thing. Still, we don't have that kind of system. Future, we will definitely see those kind of systems. Yeah, how the machine learning is going to help, right? There are many initiatives happen in ML or DL or the AI perspective to create or to train algorithms to detect hate or abusive content in from the comments or from the social media pages, right? So importantly, before that person sees, it should be it should be deleted, right? But that is not happening now. Yeah. So now we are coming to the same topic. So the text forensics and then the social media. So I just linked with the social media or text forensics. So rather than that, why we need to do this kind of forensics? It's not only those things. Whatever the cyberbullying is the one thing. So we can extend this research to the other domain also. Say for example, using that the same model, we can go for terrorist intelligence mining. There is a lot of code words are shared between the social media, right? You may not understand, I may not understand, but those people, intended people, can easily understand the code words and then they act accordingly. So it's part of terrorist intelligence mining. Financial investment prediction, right? The same thing we can map to the investment prediction. We'll see that how. So the market intelligence as well as the mining also. Nowadays, it's received only, as I said, little attention from the researchers. So it's not received much attention. So other important thing, this is a social relevant field, right? Whatever research we are doing that, it should be it should be relevant to the social, it should be helpful to some communities, some society, it should be helpful to the society, right? So this is a one interesting application. Anyone, if you take and if you work, indirectly you are contributing to the society. Another important thing, you don't need to worry about the data set size, right? So already we are in a big data era, and the social media also dynamically it generates an immense amount of images. So you don't need to worry about the size of the data set. Only thing is you need to be a little bit cautious about privacy nature of the data set. Yeah, as I said about the data set, so you know that data is we used to call data is a new oil to this generation. So 80% of the data what we are having is unstructured data. So we need some mechanism to process that. So if you make it a structure, if you process it, you can easily identify that those kind of bullying images or those kind of bullying text and all those things can be understood. As data is in unstructured form, it's difficult to process the raw unstructured data to identify those things. So that is data set part is not an issue. No. What else? The challenges when we are going to process the data. Because as I said that we are going to collect the data some way and we are going to process it with the help of machine learning as well as the NLP models. Right? What kind of challenges we are going to face? So we know that social media data are informal in nature and definitely will be noisy, right? You cannot expect grammatically correct sentence. It will be noisy. Lack of sufficient content. Due to the limited size, so the content may be very small, right? So we have there are 280 character limit is there for say for example. So they have to restrict themselves to 280 characters. So that is because of this restriction, we cannot understand the context. So it may lead to lack of sufficient context, or you can say insufficient context. Misspelling. So this is nowadays without misspelling, if you are submitting something, people are asking that, is it AI generated, right? Definitely, if any report, anything is there, so it should be, now it's a with misspelling is the thing, trend is, I mean, if human written that, and definitely there will be misspellings, right? Misspelling and grammatics, there somewhere grammatical mistakes. Here I want to say the one point now. So now it's the right time to discuss about AI generated text and human generated text, right? So what is meant by AI generated text? So far I haven't asked any questions, right? We'll just ask. What is meant by AI generated text? Can you quickly post in, if you couldn't answer, can you quickly post in chat box? So there are in-call messages, right? What is meant by AI generated text? So Sudhakar sir asked that what are the ways to block cyberbullying, right? So so now I'm discussing about the mechanisms, the ML based or NLP based mechanisms actually to build a software perspective. So other things, there are a lot of guidelines are given even from the websites as well as social media platforms. So there are a lot of plugins are coming nowadays to block that. So that's slightly it's different what you are asking, but my answer is there are a lot of plugins, a lot of guidelines are given by the social media sites. Yeah, what is meant by AI generated text? Participants, AI generated text. So given by ChatGPT, AI generated text is written content created automatically. See that Gobi Krishnan come up with a real-time example, right? Okay. So whatever he posted is AI generated text, right? AI generated text. So if you see the AI generated text, why I ask that, you are not finding any misspellings or any grammatical mistakes, right? Now, misspelling or grammatical mistakes are added as an important feature to identify that whether this text is generated by human or machine. If you are seeing your student report, you know the student level of understanding, the level of writing. After seeing the report, you can easily say that, hey, this is your report or this is not your, right? Fine. Okay, so one more question from Professor Sudhastri Das. Is there any research paper work on software first? Yeah, there are a lot of research paper, lot of work. We are going to see that actually. So there are a lot of techniques are there actually. Each one is a research problem. So you don't need to search a separate research papers for that. You can, as I said, each one is a research problem. You can search it as a research problem, you'll get those things. I'll go back. Thank you, Gobi Krishna, as well as Sudhastri Das for participating in the interaction. Fine. So the misspelling abbreviations, I said that why I asked about the AI generated text is the misspelling is nowadays it's an important feature to identify whether it's a text is generated by AI or human. Fine. So how you are sending good night to your friends? So in the WhatsApp, sometimes if you are sending good night like this, right? There are different variations. So already the NLP text is having lot of its own challenges. So we are creating the new challenges now. New challenges the sense. If you send this good night, my model should understand that the meaning is good night. Right? Because once why I should understand is I need to read, I need to say that I need to check sometime. Is it any offensive text is there? Is it any threatening image? So those things I have to check. When I'm checking that, I have to understand the meaning of this GUD and I. If you're typing like this, how model will understand the meaning of this good night, right? This is adding additional challenges on top of language challenges, right? And other important thing, the performance is based on specific language because those are the things maybe for English only. In Telugu, you may have your own abbreviations, right? Your own spell variations. So whatever the language processing tools we have built, so those may process only the exact language, you need to fine tune those language processing tools or the softwares, existing softwares. You have to fine tune to make use of to understand this social media text. I have taken a Telugu example. Now, question to you. I have 4 sentences, right? I guess I have taken assumption that most of you knows Telugu. I think I have any other example. I have a Kannada example. I don't have a Tamil example. Fine. Okay, we'll stick on the Telugu example. I don't know Telugu. First one you read and you tell me that, okay, fine. So we are not going to see whether it's a cyber forensics text or not. Just I want to know that is it a Telugu or Kannada? Because Kannada script also somewhat similar, right? Is it Telugu or Kannada? The first question. The second one is, what is this? You know it's English, right? So I'll just answer it. This is English. Fine. This is Telugu only. Fine, Telugu. Now the question to you: what do you call this third one and the fourth one? Please post answers in the chat box. What is the third one and fourth one? Okay, no problem, Shiva Amurtha. The first one is Telugu. So we'll consider as a Telugu. Now, what is the third one and fourth one? This all 4 are variations I have collected from social media. First one is a pure Telugu text. Telugu in English form. Is the third one or fourth one, sir? It's a mixed language written in English. Mixed language written in English. Telugu in English form. So it's a mixed language written in English. Both are Telugu. Okay. So both are Telugu, but there is a difference, right? Third, fourth are Telugu only, but there is a difference. Third one, script written in English, right? So instead of we can say the English script, that script is name is called a Roman or Latin script. A to Z is called a Latin script. So we can call that as we used to call that third one is code mixed language. So code mixed means you are using the other script. You are using a Roman script to write Telugu language, right? It's a code mixed script. Fourth one is called mixed script. So mixed script here in the sense, sometimes the mixed script have in between people will use Kannada Telugu script also. But here the mixed script in the sense, it's not from the one language, it's a mixture of language. Or you can say this is a mixed language. Fourth one is a mixed language. Third one you can, third one you can call this a code mixed text. Third one is code mixed. I'll write it actually. Third one is code mixed. Fourth one is mixed script. This is called code mixed, and this is mixed language or mixed script. Say which one is most frequently you guys are using? Is it a third one or fourth one or both? Okay, in English. So I think thank you. You are translating to the Telugu, I think. Yeah, thank you. So what is the third one and fourth one? Which one you are using most? Third one or fourth one? Or can anyone say that, no sir, I am using only the first one. I use only the first one while posting in a social media or talking to our friends. Okay, so Streama raised her hand that I think she used only, professor used only in Telugu. Good. So if you have any doubt, just post in a chat itself. I'll answer it, because I don't know whether I cannot permit you or I cannot change your, I cannot unmute yourself, I guess. Okay, so which one we are using most? Fourth one, right? The fourth one is we are using most. Nowadays, the current generation is more. There are some people, the 5 years before, if you say that, the third one is the first. Nowadays, the fourth one. A complete mixture of Luckily, in South India, you are mixing only two languages. If you go for a north, say north in the sense if you go for a Bengal or even the Maharashtra side, they are mixing in the text. Marathi word will be there, Hindi word will be there, English word also will be there in a single sentence. The mixture of multiple languages. How, if I give this to the system, because finally I want to build a system which should understand that, right? Because I am going to check the sentences. Is it any, I can say that, is it any offensive text is there or not? Finally, I cannot use this because how the model will understand that? First, model should have the system to understand this is Telugu and this word is English, this word is Telugu. Those information first I have to teach, right? So that's what I'm saying, that the additional challenges. Fine. So now the currently used one is, as I said, that this is one. So actual ga, if you see that this is a Telugu inflection, it's added with the English. So it's difficult for a model to understand that. Okay, and also we have the example. I'll skip this. One example may be enough now. Fine. So I'll come back to the first slide now. So someone asked about the research papers as well as the things. Now I'm going to say that I'm going to give a solution for each one, cyberbullying forms in terms of text forensics. That's what our plan now. So this 5-6 things, whatever I'm having that, each one is, as I said, the research problem. We are working, each one we are working in a different term in NLP as well as a text analytics. We'll see that. Yeah. The first one, harassment and trolling. We are calling that in NLP is something called hate speech or offensive language identification, right? So if a person who are working on NLP may know about that. So that's called hate speech detection. The second one, so the untrue information. As I said, I'm going to focus on text. So I'm saying that fake news detection in text. Sometimes the untrue information may be the image also, the fake image or AI image. So those can be also identified with the help of multi-modal fake news identification. Multi-modal fake news identification. Second one also we have a solution. So someone asked about the research papers, right? If you search this journal papers related to this, those are the, then you relate that with the cyberbullying, you take the cyberbullying data and then work on it with a similar technique. Flaming. So flaming also is a part of extreme language usage. We can say that's a part of harassment and the trolling can identify that, right? Stealing. So in text perspective, it's difficult to identify the account stealing. There are some meta features to identify that whether you have used my identity or not. Say, as I said the example, I just check the Rohit Sharma. I am seeing 50 accounts for the Rohit Sharma. How I can filter? I can see how many people are following, how many people are followers, and what kind of messages that the person used, right? What kind of post he used, and I can say that when the account is created, is it information, everything what they are given is a genuine information. So those things will help you, because suppose Rohit Sharma is creating that, definitely he will give all this information, right? He don't want to hide something, he don't want to hide his gender. When I say 50 accounts of Rohit Sharma, 20 accounts, if you say that they are not revealed their gender itself, that itself clearly says that those accounts are fake accounts, right? So that's a, the other NLP perspective. If you say that if you are taking someone text, or if you are taking the AI generated text, so the plagiarism detection can understand that. Nowadays the recent plagiarism detection can understand the AI generated text also, right? In some sense, not completely. So that also part of stealing. You are stealing from the system. You are just saying that it's someone else's text. You are showing that you have done that, right? Fine. Next, that at last, the explicit pictures or pictures. We are not going to discuss anything about the image or morphed image detection and all. Fine, I just leave it here. And most of this are happening in an anonymous way, right? So there is an NLP technique called author profiling, where if you give anonymous text, say for example, I'm taking your WhatsApp text, I'm taking your 20 WhatsApp image, or sorry, WhatsApp conversation. I'm saying 20 words. It's difficult to identify from one. So I'm saying that 20 WhatsApp text I'm taking. And we have a system system. From that, I can identify the gender of gender of who typed the 20 messages, gender, that's called author profiling. I can find occupation, some extent I can find age group of the person. Age group in the sense, once again, someone, so I don't know, two of them raised their hands. I don't know, knowingly or unknowingly they raised their hands. If you have any doubts, please post it in a chat box. I'll answer it. Okay. Okay, so author profiling, as I said that, so one is identifying the gender, identifying the age group of the anonymous text. As I said that, it's difficult to identify from the one piece of text. We need a set of texts. We need to identify that whether it's a whether that's a person is male or female, what is the age group, what is their occupation, whether the person is single or married, all those things we can do that. Say for example, I'll just give a small, we have an example, we'll just see that, just to say that. A person talks more about the investment or the pension scheme, we can always say that the person is maybe above 50 or something, right? So that's a one clue. So like that, there are so many clues. The person talks about homework, assignment, then he may be in the 20s, he may be the high school student, or he may be he may be college going student, because that's the reason he's talking about homework and assignment, right? You cannot expect a 60-year-old guy to talk about homework or assignment. Those are the clues. We'll see that some of the other clues also. Fine. So now, as I said that the next 20 minutes we have, okay, next 20 to 30 minutes, we are going to see that these four important things. So hate speech detection, how to do, and what are the available data sets. I just list out some data set now, otherwise I'll just give a link where you can get the data sets, and the fake news as well as author profile, the inference from the author profile. That's what the next we're going to see. Yeah, the hate speech detection. There are different types in hate speech detection, right? So people sometimes they will call it as offensive language detection, and there are some papers or there are some data sets available for particular gender. Say for example, women, offensive language identification against women, offensive language identification against transgenders. So all those things comes under hate speech detection. I just to put it in the comes under the common. What hate speech? If you say that it's a non-verbal attack targeting someone or some specific group of people, right? Here when you say hate speech or offensive, there are two types. It may target you, right? Or it may target the group in the sense, from your name, I can identify you are from Karnataka, or you are from this particular religion. So instead of just scolding you, or instead of putting offensive, instead of putting a hate against you, I am putting hate against your community, your society. So that comes under the group of people, right? That is also hate speech. About with respect to the person also, as I said, that it may be women or it may be other special genders, or if you go for a group of people or targeting the one person, right? Okay. So the other things, let's see that. Yeah. So individuals frequently take advantage of the anonymity, because most of the social media profile, most of the persons who are all active in the social media, the research says that they have more than 3 profiles. More than 3 profiles they are having. It means that so most of the active profiles are fake profiles, right? So the anonymity, using that particular fake profile, so they are communicating, they are spreading the hate or offensive text towards you or your group. So this is the one thing I just said, that the data set part. So there is a competition and the data set is available, identifying and categorizing offensive language in social media. If you want to work on this particular area, so you just search with this keyword. Even we also developed some data set particularly in Indian context. If you are not getting any data set, you contact me. I'm happy to share the data set also. So identifying and categorizing offensive language in social media. If you see that one part is identifying, second part is categorizing. After identifying, I'm going to categorize based on my application. I'm categorizing like this is a gender specific offensive, or I'm categorizing like this is a targeting one person. It's a targeting a group of person. So why that differentiation? If some hate message or fake text, fake news, targeting some group of people or some community, so that is always dangerous. Or some religion, it's always dangerous, right? So this will spark this kind of things will not stop only the war in the social media. It will not only create the social media war. Sometimes this may lead to the other issues, right? It may lead to real-time violence and all those things also, right? So this should be, the social media website should be very carefully processed, and then now, as I said, that it's not there, they should be very cautious to developing the system to stop those kind of images. These are the types. When I said offensive or not is the first category. Is it a targeting a group or it's a targeting a individual person? Right? That's the other thing. So it's a targeting the individual person, or it's a targeting a group, or it's others, or it talks about the organization. So I'm posting something, and then you are just saying that this is happening because of some organization. Organization can be a political party also, right? Or companies, or sometimes even sometimes some issues. All those things are comes under other categories. This is a 2020 data. The recent 2024 data also available. You just search with this title, and then you'll get the data set. So some example of the group. Say for example, I'm talking about the user. We are a country of morals. I'm talking about the country, right? So it's a group. You say that it's tagged as group. So it talks about one person, her, right? So it's an individual, right? It's untargeted. But interestingly, this untargeted, you will find lot untargeted things in English, but you won't find this untargeted things in Indian language. Indian language means Indian scenario also. So our hate speech content is about attacking one person or the group of persons. We don't have any untargeted one. Untargeted, if you see that, so that kind of swear words they have used it, right? Those things are rarely we can see in Indian languages. Mostly I can say that it's a nil, one person it nil. Yeah, there are other data set. As I said that hate speech against women is there, hate speech against immigrant is there, not only in English, it's in other languages also. So if you just see that it's available in Indian languages or not, it's available in Indian languages, of course, some languages only. So even you can create, as we can take it as a research contribution, you can create, you are doing something to your community. You can create some data set and then you can work on it. This is the one thing what we have done earlier. So it's a 24 years before. We have done the similar thing, hazard for Dravidian languages. We have done for Malayalam and Tamil. We just started that. Now later we extended to 2 more languages. The next one, first one, the hate speech, we have seen that. The next one is fake news, right? So whenever the fake news comes, the popularity of the fake news comes from the coronavirus, right? After coronavirus only, people started spreading lot of fake news. During COVID time, there are a lot of fake news, and people struggle to understand that whether it's a real news or fake news. So the real challenge in the earlier things, there won't be much challenge here, because from the sentences, from the words, you can understand that this is offensive. But fake news, it's difficult for you to understand from the text, right? If you see that, if this kind of text is there, you can understand. Baby born with the 2 minds in the same body, right? McDonald's kills off Ronald McDonald after scary clown epidemic. So this kind of things are dangerous sentences. Say for example, China issues terrifying warning to America, prepares for war, right? This kind of fake image, fake news is, right? You know what happened. If I don't know how the America will take this. America will not identify it's a fake news. America will take it seriously, and things will get in a different way, right? Okay. So those things are fake. So the main problem is how to identify that's a fake. So we cannot identify based on the words, right? We cannot understand this based on the words. This is fake. So how to do that? It's a fake. So as there are a lot of meta information is needed to understand it's a fake. The meta information includes what is the source of the particular text. So we have to read beyond the text. So what is, we should not just get the image, we get the news and then we should not just spread to your friends. You have to see that, you have to refer that, say for example, you are receiving from a local newspaper, you have to check that what is that BBC is saying about this particular thing. What is the Indian popular news agency is talking about this incident or not. Those things we have to refer, right? Check the author. You are checking the author, whether that person is a well-known person or he created the news recently or he joined to the social media recently. All those things are giving a clue about fake news, right? Supporting resources. Is there any link associated with that, or is there any images associated with that? Check the date carefully. Is it talks about the today's news or it may be the old news? So, and the nature of the news, the content. From the content, does it look like a news or it's a satire content? If it is a machine or that troll nature is there in the content or not? And biases, is it talking, is it targeting one particular group or one particular political party? Then you can say it's a bias, right? And you can ask the news, the experts. You can say that you can ask the journalist, and then you can check with them. You can cross verify with those things, right? So those things are necessary for them to identify the fake news or not. So we are talking about the text fake news, but I just quickly give one example of this one. Can you say this image is fake or not? Is it a real or fake? I'll give 30 seconds. Quickly answer it. Yeah, Balasubramanian, last slide, and while concluding, I'll just cover that the present challenges. Whatever I'm concerned, whatever I'm telling, those things are also present challenges. We don't have those kind of systems. Take the example, multi-model fake news it's an open problem. Yeah, so I'm talking with respect to text. As my research is text related things, I'm talking with respect to text. So maybe fake. I'll wait for a few more answers. Can you please answer it whether it's a fake or real? Fake. Debug, fake. Okay. Few more answers. Okay, thank you. Fake, fake, fake. Okay, fine. So text is real, sir. Okay, fine. That's also good. Text, we don't know whether it's written in a Russian language, I guess. Fine. So we know that it's a fake, but here one important problem, one important additional thing is, I should not say it's only the fake. I have to show the real image of this, right? Then only people will believe or people will trust. So the current models are not having this explainability or reason behind that. So you can concentrate on building those models to identify that not only in the image, in a text also. If you are telling that that is a fake, what is the actual news? Why you are telling that this is fake? So something is telling that our Prime Minister Modi is in a Jordan. Some news is telling about that. Then you can always argue that no, he is not in Jordan now. You see that yesterday he is in a China. He is talking to the Prime Minister, so the news may be fake, right? Those kind of supporting documents or supporting reasoning behind your solution. Why you are saying the fake or why you are telling that it's a real news? Reasoning, adding reasoning is still it's an open problem. There are a lot of types in fake news detection, so I don't have time to cover all those things. I just to say that the interesting open problems comes with a temporal based model. So based on the time, you can link you can search from the repository, you can match the time of the news, what happened so far. You can see that. Based on that, you can take a solution. So you can take a conclusion that this particular news is fake or not. As I said that it's an open problem, temporal based fake news detection, right? And as I said, news content is already there, and then multi-model is other one, the multi-model. Yeah, Now, after fake news, we are going to the third interesting one. So where we will call it as a paraphrase detection, or you can say it's part of plagiarism detection, right? We have seen the plagiarism detection, right? There are a lot of tools are available for plagiarism detection. We'll start from the small thing. We have done a similar kind of competition for Indian languages. This is my first competition. I've done. It happened at IISI Kolkata 9 years before. So identifying paraphrase in Indian languages. I have a data set. So if you want a data set, you can mail me that. I'm happy to give a data set to you. That is, so far we haven't put the data set in open domain, but if you ask, I'm happy to give the data set, right? So this is called detecting paraphrases. This is a very small level of plagiarism. This can be extended to the plagiarism. Say the two texts will be given to you, and your job is to say that whether these two sentences or two texts are similar or not, right? The meaning wise, both are expressed the same meaning. I mean, both are expressed the same meaning or not. You have to say yes, or you have to say no, or you have to say that partially yes, right? So this is the task actually. So why I say here, I want to say one point when I say the plagiarism detection. So we are seeing that most of our problems, what we are doing is we try to take the help from AA and then we try to solve, right? Even the plagiarism detection also. So one way AA is detecting the plagiarism, right? Or A is detecting the fake news. The other way, A is generating the fake news. One way it's identifying the fake news, other way it's generating the fake news. Both are from A, right? So you should be very careful which path you are going to choose, which A you are going to develop. Are you going to develop a model to identify the fake news, or are you going to develop a model to generate the fake news? So that's what we used to call this as A for social good, right? So we have to be concentrate on that perspective, which should not harm A, should not harm the society in future, right? If you are developing some model to generate fake news, obviously it will harm the society. It will spread the fake news. Fine. So the next one is the author profiling. As I said that, so if you give a piece of text, so if you give a piece of text, if you give an essay, or if you say that the students' answer booklets, say for example, if you take the student answer booklet, from the handwriting you can say something, but not only the handwriting, from the content, from the word usage, can I say the student gender? Can I say the personality trait? Is he really happy or not? How whether he is whether he is aggressive or not, his openness or not. This is very important parameter, personality trait. Nowadays companies are giving more importance to it. They don't want to simply hire someone based on the performance in the interview or based on the internship. They want to go for indirectly, they're going for a personality trait analysis. So simply say for example, now you everyone knows that they are supposed to be an intern in a company. It's very difficult. Very rarely companies are hiring in only 30 minutes, right? So they are asking to work in a company for 3 months to 6 months, and then they are seeing the behavior, their teamwork, all those things. Based on it, they are taking decision. Now they are doing the other step of analysis also. They are taking all their emails in the 6 months, whatever email they communicated to their manager or to their subordinates or to their fellow members. All the emails are taken, and from that email text they can understand their personality, how they are talking to the subordinates, how they are talking to the manager, right? So so that says about the personality. Sometimes the word usage says about the personality. Using that, they are deciding whether can I continue with this guy or not. Can I convert this internship to the full-time job or not? So this nowadays knowledge is not only the factor. Actually, people are much concentrate on there are interested people out there. They know that personality traits is very important nowadays, right? Age group of that person from the social media, particularly that I give an example of person talking about pension. Definitely he may be above 55 or nearing 60, right? So other interesting thing, we have done some analysis, we have the data set for this also. Native language. So you are talking in English and I am talking in English. How I know that your native language? Because sometimes we need, if I'm talking in Telugu, then you can say that fine, he may be from Telugu speaking region, right? But if I'm saying in a Hindi, how will they understand that I am from which region, right? Or if I'm saying in English, so that's what the native language. Based on the English, there may be some clues when I'm talking based on the speech or slang. You can understand that. Say, for example, the slang of the English slang of Tamil Nadu people will be slightly different, and the Kerala people will be slightly different, and particularly the Bengal region people will be slightly different. Based on the English, you can understand, right? But in a text, how will you understand? Based on the language in the sense, based on the speech, you can understand. In the text, how will you understand? That's a real complex task that we have created the data set for this native language from the Facebook data. So we have a data set. If you are interested, we got a maximum accuracy of only 45%. This also 6 years before we created the data set. So if you are interested in getting the data set, you contact me. I'm happy to share the data set. So these are the some words most frequently used by words by male and female. Say for example, the word menu. We cannot differentiate that from the word menu whether it's a female or male, right? There are other terms like if you see rugby ball, right? Definitely you can say that it's male. Mini skirt, right? You can say always it's a female. Jigsaw puzzle, that you cannot differentiate that. Military uniform, right? You can differentiate that. Yes, there is high chance that it's a male. Academic gown, both are having the term academic gown. Hairspray, I guess hairspray, I guess it's from female only, right? It's a female. So those are the clues for you to understand that whether the person who wrote that particular text, right, it's a male or female. So age group also, that there is an interesting article, it's an old article, still you can see that it's interesting analysis with respect to age group. And age group of the female is also figured out here. So you see that these kind of words are used only by certain age group of people, right? This is from the certain age group of people. Government, freedom, country, political, democracy. You can always say that, no, this is not a youngster. This may be the above 40. This may be the youngster. Those kind of things you can see. This is what the data set as I suggested, as I said that. So we used to call this as INLI, Indian Native Language Identification. English text will be given, Facebook text. Not only one comment actually, set of comments will be given to you. You have to identify that those things are written by Tamil speaking person, region guy, or if you say Malayalam speaking region or Telugu speaking region. So like that. There are a lot of advantages for this system rather than the forensics, market intelligence, as well as the politics also. Politics, there are a lot of applications. So they are interested in seeing that what kind of policies are accepted by the young generation. Say for example, in particular state, so I'm saying that 70% are young generation, and the political party will be very keen to watch that how these people are reacting to the policies, whatever they are giving. If they are if they are giving some negative comments about the policy, they can revise the policy and then they can make the 70% happy. So that may change the government and all these things, right? So we connected this in two program, we connected, one in IISc Bangalore, and we connected one in DACIT, one in DACIT Gandhinagar. So we did for 6 languages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. English text will be given to you. You have to understand that what is there L1. L2 is English, L1 you have to say it's a Telugu or Kannada or Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, Bengali. This is our inference, if you see that. So the people from the Malayalam speaking region, they are talking about that time money, police, Modi, there is no common term here. But interestingly, the Hindi region, if you see that the army word is there in the Hindi region, and Bengali region also the word army is there. We couldn't find the word army region in in a Telugu speaking or Malayalam speaking or Hindi speaking region. Hindi speaking region, we have seen the word Pakistan. We couldn't see the word Pakistan in a south state particularly. So those things are, say for example, the farmers in a Tamil speaking region, we couldn't see the word farmers in other places, right? So those are the clues. So these clues will vary according to the current trend, right? We cannot fix that as a one. So this will vary according to the current trends, but still you can differentiate them. This is just our results. Fine. So we are coming here to the conclusion. Before that, so most of the tasks, whatever I have said, that to do that, there is only one architecture is enough. So you are collecting the data, you are doing a kind of pre-processing. We will call that as a embedding. So after that, you are passing to the any ML model, right? So this is a task. We can say that any task, whatever I said, that we can consider that as a kind of text classification task, and you can solve it. So as I said, sentiment analysis, any classification task, topic modeling, all those things going to follow the same architecture. No architecture is not different. So the trend in that embedding start with the word-to-vec embedding, but now currently we are talking about large language models, right? So GPT models we are having, and from the large language models also people are bored now. So people are moved to something called small language model. So someone asked about the cybersecurity, the research trends and the research problem. I suggest you to see, you just go through that, how to use small language model for cybersecurity applications. That itself definitely will get a lot of research papers with that area. The advantage of the small language models, so you can use it in your own system. You can run in a laptop. You don't need to go for a GPUs, right? So the ChatGPT entirely changed the research now. ChatGPT means not only ChatGPT, the Gen AI models entirely changed now. So whatever research you are going to do, that you make sure that LLM or SLM should be part of it. Otherwise, even a publication will be a difficult for you. So this is my important suggestion. Whatever research you are doing, that try to see that how LLM or Gen AI model or SLM can impact your research. That can be a simple comparison also. So someone asked about the cybersecurity, right? So even I have listed here the cybersecurity use cases with respect to large language models, threat detection analysis, phishing detection. We are working on some problem on this phishing detection now. Actually, this is a data challenge by ministry. It's a government kind of hackathons, startup hackathon something. So we are working on the similar problem, phishing detection and its response, incident response. Obviously, the chatbots, cyber forensics. I said all the cyber forensics things. These are the other applications. Okay, so we'll come to the conclusion. Before concluding that conclusion, as well as you can say the future scope, where you can concentrate. So you can concentrate more on multimodal analysis, right? So don't search only in whatever data you are having there. Try to convert the data into multiple modalities. Even if you are not having the data in other modalities, convert your data into multiple modalities and try to use those modalities techniques and then try to solve the problem. So that's one interesting research is happening. And explainability. Don't just simply bring the model and say with the results tables. No one is going to give a reward for that nowadays. Any research you are going to do, that add explainability. Why you got 80%? Why you got 85%? Why not 100? Where you where the 10% of the model fails? All those things analysis you have to do that. Interpretability and explainability. And as I said that A for social good. Try to use A for a good purpose. Try to build models which should help for society. So in this thing, text forensics, there are a lot of shared tasks, lot of data sets are available. Even you can also create the data set. If you need any assistance in creating data set or getting the data set, so please contact me. I'm happy to help you. At last, one meme I just put it. You see that it's from the AI assistant. A person is telling that I built it in 2 days using Copilot. This is the AI assistant. So the other guy is asking, what does it do? I don't know. You see that This is how the current research is happening, particularly in AI. Without knowing what it is, people are developing that. So that's what, as I said, that when you're developing something, so make sure that it's for social good, and there should be some impact. It should create some impact to the society. Yeah. With this, I'll just stop. So we have any questions you can ask me now. So we have 5 more minutes, I think. So I'm happy to answer the questions. So, Balasubramanian, present challenges on cybersecurity. Present challenges, I have listed something, right? So those are the thing we can take as a challenges. One is actually the phishing, and I'll share the slides with you. That 9 problems I said no. So those are the recent challenges people are addressing with respect to large language models. Any other questions?
Sir, good evening. This is Kanimari.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Your session is very, very informative, sir. Excellent session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Full for me. But suppose I have chosen the field as phishing detection means, can I use any hybrid model for this, sir?
Yeah, definitely. Now, that's what I said, that I'm telling the hybrid model is the old concept nowadays. I'm telling hybridness in the data set itself.
Okay.
So phishing, you are getting only website information, say web links, say for example. You convert that web link into some text. You give the web link to the SLM, and then you ask the social media SLM to give a descriptive text. You apply text models. You find some mechanism to convert the web link to the meaningful image. You apply CNN to it.
Okay.
So like that, you can create your own multimodalities. It's not like multimodality means I have to collect the data and I have to get it. You can create your own multimodality now.
Oh, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So this is a way we can develop this.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, participants. I'm very happy to see that a lot of people are very, so after 6 o'clock, I know that how tired we are. So still you guys are attended and then make it interactive. I'm very happy to see that. Thank you. Thank you once again. So any other questions? I have given my email ID. If anything, any other clarification, you can ask me. I'll share. I already shared my PPT with Ron. So you just to please collect it from him. If any more questions you ask me through email, I'm happy to answer, but I'll be a little late, but definitely I'll answer. So how do you define the difference between cyberbullying and freedom of speech? Yeah, so this is very difficult to answer that question actually. Yeah, a legal expert only can answer that. So, right, so. Yeah, Twitter introduced a blue tick. Yes, so you are correct, but still there are a lot of improvement needed in I missed a few slides, I think, so I've taken that. So there is some fake news related to the say for example the COVID time fake news. After 2 days, Facebook identified it's a fake, and then they are just blocking the news. See that 2 days, how far it went, we don't know, right? So how many people have seen that image, seen that particular content, we don't know, right? So we have to take action immediately. That's what we need now, need of the hour. Yeah, thank you once again. So access needed for the link. Okay, fine, it's a feedback. Fine, okay, yeah, it's not to me, I guess. Okay, thank you once again. So thank you. Yeah.
One thing I would like to know, now there are agentic AI, there are a lot of other social, media, for example, viral marketing, viral defects, a lot of work going on. I came across a couple of researchers. So means how this, agentic AI can transform this in a better way. My question is, for example, how I can actually catch automatically defect, means what are the catch points are there, or how this research can be given a direction so that it can be automatic mitigation can be done. So this is a social problem.
Yeah, correct.
Society 5.0 to 6.0 transformation, where we have lot of fake news, defects and other things coming. So how to get a genuine users and genuine viability in all aspects. For example, tomorrow if someone says that, for example, in my name, that he has done this and make something using AI, and where we can be victim, right?
Yes.
So how this new society transformation from 4.2 to 5.2 to 6.2, how this agentic AI can really help in the transformation? So if you can tell
Thank you.
something. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
actually. So, thanks for the question. So, two way I'll just answer. First of all, the first point about the understanding about the agentic AI. Then I'll just come to the second important point. So, the agentic AI, if you say that the technology is moving very fast, right? Still, I used to say that still the people or the students are not learn the SLM or LLM, right? Still we are lack knowledge in the foundation models. Now the agentic AI comes, right? So now if you see that the current trend is focusing more on product based. You see, it's not a research based. If you want to do the research, we need the foundational techniques and all those things. So this agentic model, without understanding the foundational skills, if you jump into the agentic AI, I don't know how far it will help. So it will help you. So you will be a user to the agentic AI mission. You cannot develop any agentic AI models without foundation. That's the first point. The next one, you ask about how we can identify these kind of things or not. If you see that cybersecurity is now they are linking the cybersecurity with the quantum security, right? So that's a one direction. Where if you say that if you build a model and if you say that 80% I got a result or something, definitely I can say that if you come to the real time, if you apply to the real time data with a good populated data, I'm assured that you will get only 30% accurate. Still, we don't have any right system to identify that whatever the points you have mentioned there. That is the true nature. But still, researchers, government, policymakers, all those people are working on it. Definitely, we are expecting that the next version of the agentic AI, there may be a chance that we'll get the improvement in the models. Okay, I hope I answered. I'll go to the next.
Yes, sir. One more.
Yes.
How the computational complexity. Now we are talking about blockchain before, lightweight blockchain, where we are going for lighter version. So suddenly that quantum security, quantum version came. Quantum computing plays a very important role in today's world.
Yes.
Quantum security in cybersecurity. But the thing is that when the entire world is having that power issues, so how this computational complexity can be, that hazard can be mitigated. So
Yeah.
it's a different question, I understand. It
Correct,
is
correct.
not
No, I understand
Hmm.
that. So you aware that. So year before people talked more about LLM, right? Now we started talking about SLM. The reason is LLM. We are using LLM. We cannot develop anything. We cannot fine tune anything. But SLM, people started fine tuning, customizing SLM, right? The quantum here. The one important thing in the quantum is actually people are claiming, the researchers are claiming that, I don't know how far it's true, the future computers are going to be quantum, right? So we cannot predict the speed of that computers. Only if you reach that level, we can run the quantum experiments and other things. As a individual, you and me, for us, it's difficult to get access to the real quantum machine and then implement the things in a quantum, right? So that says that actually still the computational complexity is there. I'm coming to your point again. Still computational complexity is there. If you see that where the people have started using the quantum computers, then only we can see that how we can reduce the computational complexity, we can work on it. Now, as so far, it's not reached the layman, it's not reached the academic, as well as some industries are having that. Still, we are using it as a cloud. Once it's reached physically to us, then only we can think about the computational complexity. People will, then automatically people will work on computational complexity. They will work towards reducing the computational complexity. Hope I answered.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So one more question I'll take, actually. Ganapati is asking about the cybercrime investigation. Yes. So the traditional way is, Ganapati sir, actually the traditional way is taking the transaction and then finding that a fraud or not. It's a very traditional, and then nowadays people are not. If you are working on that, As I said that try to use LLM onto it. As I said that you give a transaction to, you build a LLM or SLM, you give a transaction, you take an input in a descriptive way. That's I am suggesting. I'm suggesting one thing here actually. You approach a problem in a different way because the
Sir, Mr. Anand Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir.
My thing is, even recently, it's 1 week before, also State Bank of Telangana State actually, that crime was investigated, 13 crores. Somebody has done. So many NRI accounts were not using. Okay. So, how far our, particularly our technology, this thing will help, digital forensics. So that I want to know that actually. You're right, actually, what you told is right. But nowadays, a lot of money transactions are going on. So what we can do on that? So that I want to know that on that. That's the thing. I posted a question for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the question. But frankly speaking, I don't have an answer to that exact because you are asking in a high level question. Actually, this.
No, sir. Please, that is happening actually. Even
yeah, I understand. I understand that it's happening, and even we are working on it. Actually, so many people are working on it. But still, if you see that, I don't have an answer to say that. So how we are going to stop when we are going to
since
stop?
you're from industry.
Yeah, no, I'm not from industry, sir. Sorry, I'm from academy.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I think
good evening, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Balasubramanian.
Sir, I have one general question, sir.
Yeah.
What are the key roles of AI in cyber security, sir?
Yeah. So if you remember, sir, I have shown on slide about the key role of. So instead of AI, I just shown it as LLM. So now the AI term only people are using it like LLM or SLM. So whatever the AI is going to do that, the LLM will do that. So if you want to find out the keywords in the AI and then to do the research on it, I strongly suggest you to refer this slide and find that any problem, whatever you are working that, you just to see that how LLM can useful to your problem. Right?
Okay,
I hope I answered your question, boss.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you once again. Thanks for your interaction. Really enjoyed. Thank you, organizers. Thank you, Ram.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions? Any questions, sir, from participants? Thank you so much, sir, Dr. Anand Kumar, sir, for an enlightening and deeply insightful session. It's very interesting, sir. Today, the session is very interesting and very.
Thank you. It's because of participants, actually. Thank you. Even if you see that 7 o'clock, they are
yes, sir.
They are active. So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, we are grateful for your valuable perspective, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again. Thank you all. So I already shared my slides with the organizers. Please collect it. Thank you all.
Participants, we'll take a short break for 10 minutes, and the link is same, and we want to close the link. So the same link will be here only. Don't quit from the link also. We'll take 10 minutes short break, and already second session guest speaker is already in the meeting. She will start after 10 minutes.
Excuse me, sir. For the feedback, it is asking access, sir, for the feedback.
We are getting it, sir. Already they are filling it, sir.
Thank you.
They are filling it.
Thank you.
So we'll be back by 10 minutes, sir. I'm requesting the participants don't leave the session. So same session will continue. It doesn't require to leave the meeting. We'll continue in the same link. We'll start by 7:50. It's already 7:41. We'll start by 7:50. I welcome back all. Moving on to our next session, it is my privilege to introduce distinguished expert in the field of computer science and cybersecurity, Dr. Lim Chee Chin, Chartered Engineering, is an associate professor in biomedical engineering at University Malaysia Perlis. She specializes in medical image and signal processing, artificial intelligence in healthcare, rehabilitation engineering, and biomechanics with a focus on developing intelligent, affordable, and accessible healthcare technologies. Dr. Lim earned her Bachelor's of Engineering in Biomedical Electronics Engineering and later his PhD in Biomedical Electronic Engineering from UniMAP, where her doctoral research centered on the development and design of an effective ankle rehabilitation system. Since 2016, she has been serving as an academic, progressing from senior lecturer to associate professor. Professionally, she is a chartered engineer, registered professional engineer with the Board of Engineers Malaysia, a graduate technologist, and a member of IEEE and the Institution of Engineers and Technology (IET). Her research contributions include AI-powered fault detection systems, 3D mesh reconstruction for poster analysis, visual tracking methods for joint assessment, and biomedical imaging for diagnostics, including intentional parasites and malaria. These innovations bridge engineering with clinical applications, offering solutions that enhance healthcare outcomes. Dr. Lim is also active in international collaborations, notably leading the MOU between UniMAP and Gyeongsang National University, South Korea in 2024, and engaging in exchanges with Tokyo University of Science and Biozi University of Arts and Science, China. Through her research, teaching, and global partnerships, Dr. Lim continues to strengthen UniMAP's position in biomedical engineering while advancing healthcare technology in Malaysia and beyond. So, let us extend a warm welcome to Dr. Lim Chee Chin. Over to you, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the wonderful introductions and the introduction about my bibliography. So, good evening to ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Lim. You can call me Lim or you can call me Chee Chin. So, would like to thank to VIT for inviting me for this cyber security essential talk for these sections. Okay, thank you. So let me start with our slide. Cybersecurity essential. Why we need it? Because we want to protect our digital world. So I have one question to all of you. How many of you have clicked a suspicious link before? Can you raise your hand, your digital hand, in the chat room, in the Google Meet? How many have you has experienced it? Can I see how many of you have experienced this before? Oh, no one has this experience. Oh, you never click any suspicious link before, or any link that will. Yeah, yes. Okay. So, yes, I think you have experienced it, right? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can found that many people have this experience that you click the link that suspicious and may bring you to any special website or any facts or any risk to yourself, right? Okay. So why the cyber sorry. Okay. So why cybersecurity matter is needed? Actually, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting system, network, and data from the digital attacks. So cybersecurity has become everyone's responsibility. It's not just the IT department. Today, I would like to provide the essential knowledge and the actionable step for the individual and also the organization to protect themselves against this cyber threat. So cybersecurity is simple about protect system and network that the data from attack. So today in the world, how much that it happens. So let's you think about your lady routine. You check every morning, you will wake up, first thing you come to the office, you will check your mail, your social media in the morning, and you also will use the online banking apps, and you connect your car with the GPS when you're going to your office or any place, and your smart home device. Also, you will log in into your work system and the cloud apps. So each of this action will create the opportunity for the attacker. They will attack and get our data. So we depend on this digital system so heavily, any weakness can expose our personal and also our financial information to be risked. Okay, so the cybercrime is not slowing down and it is exploding. So the global crimes, the costs are expected up to 10.5 trillion annually and up to 2025. Later, I will show you the statistic. It can be, if there were a country, it would be the third largest economy in the world, because the costs are growing at 15% of each year. Let me show you some graph about this. Yeah, it is showing the global is increasing from year by year, and we can project up to 2025 year projection, it will up to 10.5 million annually by 2025. So the cost of growing of each year is up to 50%. And this is more on the digital business process, remote work, and a billion of IoT device, and highly organized the cyber crime groups. Since COVID-19, it speed up the digital absorptions by 10 to 5 years. Suddenly, we are locked down, and the home network and the personal device become a part of the company infrastructure, and making the security much more harder. So, and we can see from this real consequence. What happened is, in the real world consequence, the cybersecurity failure have a real human impact. For example, the financial loss, there were average of data breach cost was around 4.35 million in year 2020. Many small business do not survive after an attack. And this data is showing in this slide. So you can see it's a lot of million money that is impacted by the small company. They cannot survive of this attack. Besides that, they also have the reputational manage. For example, the trust is hard to rebuild, and the company can lose of customer for years. And we also have the problem like national security risk. The attack on the critical system, for example, the power, water, healthcare, can be disrupted the society. For example, happened in year 2021, the corona pipeline attack show how the cyber attack can be ripple and the essential service. So what is cyber threat landscape? Cyber threat landscape, they have the major threat category. The first one is the malwares. Malwares, they have virus, ransomware, spyware, and Trojan. Okay, let me talk about ransomware. Ransomware actually is the encryption of data and the demand of payment for the decryptions. For the spyware is a silent collect the user information and the activity. And for the virus, there are self-replicate programs that manage and corrupt the whole system. So all these malware, they will damage our system and steal our data. Okay. So for phishing is a society engineering attack where they have the fake email, like the previous speaker that told us about. Just now you can see the fake image, the fake email, the fake the something is facts. Those things, how to differentiate, right? So all these fake email is designed to steal the credentials or install the malware. And this phishing also includes some voice-based phishing to be attacked using the phone call, and also SMS-based phishing attack. So it's not only by email, but it will by call, by website. So all this will affect us. And also the network attack. So for the network attacks, we will have the DDoS attack the flood system, over harming of the system with the traffic, make that unavailable. The source is disrupted. And man in the middle, the interceptions of communication between two parties. And also we have APT. APT stands for Advanced Persistent Threats, where it will be in the long term and still at sophisticated actions. So for the insider threat, current or former employer that with authorized access can be malicious and the financial gain or the accidents, and they often manage and due to the existing system access. So this is about the insider threat. So just now I mentioned from year 2015, it's around 3 trillion. So now we consistent yearly over is growing, reaching around 8.5 trillion in year 2025, and we project it in year 2205, it will be around 10.5 trillion. So most of the business fall in the victim to the ransomware in every 11 seconds. And average cost is around 4.35 million in this one. It shows in year 2020. Now it keeps increasing. And around 90% of our data is breached and start to be with the phishing email. So we can see in 2 real cases, the Corona pipeline attack in year 2001. The Corona pipeline ran around 45% of the East Coast fuel supply in US. The attacker broke and using one stolen VPN password, they just go through the passwords without any multi-facts of the authentications, and the company shut down due to this entire pipeline for the 6 days, and the fuel is shortage and panic buying, and the price become spike. And this company have to pay around 4.4 million USD ransom in the Bitcoin. So it's around FBI cover parts. So in this case, the lesson that we learn is even one weak password, it can disrupt entire nation infrastructure. So it's how serious if we just put a password, it's a simple password on our account. So you see how it influences the big infrastructure. For the second case is the JPS Foods ransom attack in year 2021. This JPS Foods actually is the world largest meat processor. They hit by the random ways in year 2000 in June 2021 and forced to shut down by the plant in the US, Australia, and Canada. And this disrupted global food supply chain and delayed the meat production and distribution. So because of this delay, the company has to pay around 11 million ransom to the Bitcoin to regain the access, the access of their system. So in this case, multi-company is affected. So multi-country is affected. So the lesson that we can learn here is a cyber attack can hit any industry, even the food supply industry, and also can create a ripple effect across the economies in multiple countries. So it will become the global attack hotspot. So it's very dangerous. So that's why we need this cyber security is very essential for us. And next, we will talk about this CIA threat. What is CIA stand for? C is the confidentiality, to ensure the sensitive information is accessible only by the authorized individual. So the second is the integrity. Integrity is maintain the accuracy and the competence of data, and to be trustworthy data in the life cycle. And the last one is the availability. Availability is to ensuring the system and the data are accessible when we need. So in the cybersecurity, these three principle is very, very important. So to get these three principle, for example, normally you log in your online banking security, right? So for online banking transfer, anything activities. So the confidential and confidential is the encryption or the secure login. Integrity is a transactions verification or the audit log. Availability is the redundant system and the disaster recover. This is one of the example of this CIA. And next, we will go to the additional security principle. Beyond this CIA, there are the principal strength security frameworks. The first one is the authentications, verification of the user identity. Who are you? We want to know you are who. You say who you are. You have to tell the system who are you and you who you are. You have to say who are you. So you have to tell the system. So something you know is like your password. Something you have is like the security token, and something you are is the biometrics. So that's why nowadays the humans behavior biometric, for example, your eyebrows, your thumbprint, facial recognitions, and all about your DNA or anything that related or your human behavior pattern also become the consideration in the security principle. So that's why it comes in the biomedical applications, the medical application in this cybersecurity. And the next one is the non-reputations. Is prevent the delay and action take. For example, the digital sign, the audit thread, the time slap. So when are you do the transactions? So the digital sign, is it that one is you or is a robot sign? So you have to be identified. And accountability, actions to specific individual. The login monitoring and the user special, for example, that like your special password, your special words, or sometimes you see they will ask some special questions that related to you to access control the system. So for example, nowadays our online banking, they are not on, they are multi-factor login. You have to key in your password. At the same time, they will send a SMS code to you through your handphone or your email. Okay, so you have to key in together with your password and the SMS code that only allow for you to enter your account, log in your account. Transaction confirmation, like digital receipt. For example, like when you do the transaction in your laptop, it will send a message, are you agree? So you have to click on your phone, for example. And accountability, section login, IP tracking, the activity history, all they will be considered. Okay, so the common attack vector, normally the most common one is the phishing email. The warning sign is what? General grading. For example, this one, dear customer, is a very general grading. The urgent language, act now, or your account will be closed down. You have to secure your account immediately. They're like urging you, make you panic, so that when you are panic, you are not conscious, you are emotional control, you don't have any wisdom, and you are easy to be phishing by them, easy to be propped into the fact. So all fact invoice, payment notification, all this link, attachment. So we have to be careful. This one is up to 90% of the data breach is start with this phishing attack. Okay, and also the protections. Protection, for example, we have to verify. So for these emails, sometimes you have to verify whether it's sent through the independent channel or hover over the link or the actual destination, or never provide the credential about email. And is it they're using, you have to use the email security filter when you check your email. So all this you have to do some protection in order for you to getting this phishing email. And next one is the weak password. Weak password is a common problem that using the personal information. For example, sometimes we like to use the our personal information, like our birthday as the password, or maybe your name as the password, or you think that is easy to remember, and that also is the easiest password people will hack you. So, and we reuse the password across multi-account. For example, you have 2 or 3 login account, you are using same passwords, or you are using the simple pattern. For example, you're using password like 123, or you're using the password like 12345 as the password. So short and simple. So we can detect that around 23 million accounts still using the password 123456. It's too common. So the weak password is easier to be. So what is a solution? What we can do? We have to use the strong password or the password manager for the unique or complex password. We have to enable multi-factor authentication, MFA. So for example, like just now we say, you have to log in, key in your password at your account number, at your when you log in, and also you receive the SMS, and key in the one-time token SMS number. So it's multi-factor. And also follow the passphrase approach for the memorable password or security question. So, and credible serving is using stolen credits from one breach to access another service. For example, your password is reused with the same password across a few multiple sites. So don't use this. So what we can do is we have to use different passwords for different accounts. Okay. Around 65% of the world people, they reuse their password across the multiple sites, because we think that too many passwords is very difficult for us to remember, right? So that's why nowadays people are become they think another method that they can using thumbprint, or they using their iris, their eyes to, or their facial recognition is more easier compared to they have to remember so many passwords across all the website. So they come out the bioinformatics. And also we have the unpatched software. So unpatched software actually is the software vulnerability. Around 60% of breach involve this unpatched software, and they will have the missing security update, and also the legacy system without the vendor support and delay of the patch implementations. So around 60% of the breach. So next is the zero-day explosions, target unknown vulnerability. So it's no patches available at the time of attack, and it often sold on dark web market. It's used in the sophisticated target attack. And next one is the public Wi-Fi or IoT risk. Sometimes we like to log in or connect our device to the public networks. So maybe it will happen that man in the middle attack on the public Wi-Fi, and the unsecure IoT device will take our information, and the cloud misconfiguration exploit data. So 98% of the IoT traffic is unencrypted. So we have to be careful. So for this, what we can do, we must enable the automatic update system if possible. So every time we use the system, we have to update our system, and we have to have security patches, and also maintain the inventory of the software and also the system, implement the vulnerability scanning. So every time we have to scan before we use. Okay, so this is what we can protect strategy. So we can using enable automatic update. We can use VPN when we are using the general Wi-Fi, the public Wi-Fi. And we can using the HTTP only modes, or we enable the multi facts of authentications for all the service, and we change the default password of the IoT system, and etc. So the question is not if you will be attacked, but when. Protective measures are essential. So security measures are more essential. It's not when you attacked by the cybercrime, you only to be think about I have to protect. No, you must think that I have to protect myself first before you are hacked by the criminal. So what is the tools on the technology that we can use? The first one is the cybersecurity, we can use the firewall, control the network traffic based on the security rules. And we also can using the IDS, IPS to monitor and block the suspicious network activity. And we also can use the VPN, this VPN, for the encryption to create the tunnel for the security remote access. Okay, and we also can do this endpoint security. So to antivirus, for example, you use the software of antivirus like Norton and some other antivirus to detect and remove the malicious software. And you also can use EDR, advanced threat detection and the response on the device. So this is endpoint security. This one normally we use to detect and we use to monitor the suspicious endpoint activities. And the device encryptions protects your data, the rest in the transit. And next one, we also have to the authentications have the multiple verification factor, and also biometric like fingerprint, facial recognition, voice ID. And we also have like the SSO, single sign-on central central authentication across the application. And then we also have this SIEM. SIEM stands for the Center Security Event Collect and Analysis. So in here we have the center monitoring analysis for the security event, real-time threat detection across the organization. So we will have 24-hour, 7-day monitoring for the incident response. So all these are the example methods, tools that we can use to protect ourselves from, and this is a tool of the cybersecurity. So the best practice for individual to have the 10 cyber hygiene rules is the top 10 cybersecurity rules. Use a strong, first one, we use a strong Unity password. Implement a password manager with the last password, one password, or create more character. Hold on. And we also can like create the password with 12 character, more than 12 character, using different password for the for each account. So this is the first method that we must practice for ourselves, for individual. And the next one is enable multi-factor authentications. So for this one, we can active on one or on all important accounts. For example, your email, banking, social media accounts. So we using multi-factor authentication, which means you have 2 or 3 devices to be logged in, or 2 or 3 verification before you log in the account. Use of authentication apps install instead of SMS when possible. And we also can consider the hardware security like key, higher security. So number 3 is keep all the device and software are updated. So we have to enable the automatic update for the operating system and update the browser. So normally you're using your browser like your Google Chrome, your Opera, and all your browser. You have to always update it, and you have to always in the cache so that it will not have the the virus is there. You update the apps and you plug in regularly, and you can replace the unsupported software. So yeah, do the cleaning, like you're doing housekeeping all the time. And the number 4 is precaution with the link and the attachment. So normally if you receive any email with the attachment link or any message with the attachment and the link, you have to be careful. You have to see whether it's a real one or the fake one or any suspicious before you click it. How you verify it? So first you have to verify the sender. Is it this person, you know it or not, the sender, before you click the link. And do not download the software for the untrusted source. Okay, or using the anti virus, scanning your email attachment or all the file before you click download. And number 5 is backup the important data regularly. So we can use the rule 3-2-1 rule. Okay, what is 3-2-1 rule? This rule actually is stand for 3 copy of your data, 2 different storage type, and 1 copy of storage cloud. So and this one, they will can test your backup storage procedures and use the automated cloud to back up the service. So by using this rule, the backup all the important data regularly. Number 6 is you have to use the secure Wi-Fi and VPN. Avoid the public Wi-Fi for the sensitive activity. For example, when you connect your computer to the public Wi-Fi, try not to do the online banking activity or some financial activity, or fill up lots of your personal detail, included your identities or your passport or those sensitive information. Unless you are connect the Wi-Fi is your personal Wi-Fi, that will be good for you to do those sensitive activity. And using the VPN when you connect to the untrusted network, or you have to verify the Wi-Fi network name with the venue of the staff. Okay. Next one is install the reputable antivirus or security software. For example, you can install antivirus, Norton, and some other software that can detect the virus. Okay, and using the use a VPN for the public Wi-Fi or remote work. So when you're using this with your public Wi-Fi, you have to use VPN, as we mentioned just now, and review the privacy setting on the account regularly. So every time you have to check your setting in your web page, and be mindful for what you are sharing online. So every time you share all your personal information online, you have to be mindful, very be careful. Okay, and also a few points I adding here is like monitoring your financial account. For example, when you check your bank account, your credit card statement regularly, you set up the account alert of your transaction. You review your credits report annually. You have to check it all most of the time. And your secure physical device. For example, you have used the screen lock on all your device, enable the device encryption, and do not leave your device at the public place. And also practice the social media safety, like review privacy setting regularly, limit your personal information for sharing, be precaution about the location of the sharing, and stay informed about the threat. Follow the reputable cybersecurity news source, learn about the current scam tactic, and report the suspicious activity to the authority. if those if you get a scam call or you get a scam information, you can report it. Like in our Malaysia, we can report to our multimedia, our government multimedia, known as CMC, is one of the organizations under our government's. If we found out all this information, we can do the reporting. So here I have one checklist. Maybe I can put the checklist in the chat box. So let me put the checklist in the chat box. So you can do this checklist all the time, maybe in every month or every week. So the first one is you can do the checklist immediate action for today. Install a password manager. Enable the FMA on your email account. Update all the device and the software, and review your social media. So this one you can do it every day, and you can do it in a week time. Like for example, you check your bank account, financial account, set up the automated backup, review and update the password using the password manager, install the reputation antivirus software, and also you can review your financials. For monthly, you can review your financial statement, check your software update, view and clean up the old account, and test and backup distortion. So this is a very good checklist that we can do it every week or monthly. Okay. So next, other than individual, we now focus on organizations. So for organizations, we have to follow the security policy of the governance. Okay, so here in our government and our policy, they have established the comprehensive security policy and the standard. So we have to implement it and the framework to be clear about our role and responsibility. For example, we have the information security policy. So we have to overachieve of this framework. And also we have to acceptable using the policy. For example, our employee technology use, we have to teach our employee. And the password policy, the complexity and the management requirement. So for example, some of the organization, they every month they have to change their passwords for their laptops or for their device that they use. And the incident response policy, breach response procedures, and the data classification policy, handling sensitive information. So, and also based on our government governance structure, we have to assign our cybersecurity responsibility to the executive level. Establish this security steering committee, define the role and responsibility clearly, and ensure the budget location. And the third one is the employee training and awareness. So for the employee training and awareness, we have to provide the training component to our employee. For example, like security awareness foundation, the phishing recognition and reporting, the password security, and the MAF usage, incident reporting, and the role of the specific security training. So all this to make the awareness to our to the employee. The training, so we have to provide the training module like interactive online modules, the simulate the phishing exercise, regular security update of the tips, and also the tabletop exercise for the incident response. And also for the access control. Access control, we have the implement of the privilege principle, access only what we need, regular access review. And for the security testing, we can have the security code review applications. And also for this incident response planning, the documented incident response procedure and regular tabletop exercise simulation. So under our government, So under our government, actually we have okay. Under our government, we have the GDP. PR is the EU. EU is the Europe's data protection regulations. So this is some of the country, they have different complements requirement. So for our Malaysians, because I'm from Malaysia, so for Malaysia, we are following the EU and also some global ISO 27001 as is the International Security Management Standard. And also we follow this payment card in industrial standard. So this one is our payment card industry standard. And for healthcare, we follow the HIPPA, stand for US Healthcare Data Protections. And we also follow this one, NIST, the cybersecurity framework for the US voluntary framework. So all these are the framework that we can complement. So here I have a few of the cybersecurity tool, so you can have a look. So just now I said like Norton 360, we have McAfee. So all this software we can we can install in our laptop or our device before we export or we use. So in the real study case, so in the real world study case, so here we have two cases. The first cases is the WannaCry ransomware in year 2007. In this case study, they affect over 20,000 computers across 150 countries. In the UK NHS security impact, 34% of the hospital trust affect and cancel around 19,000 appointment ambulance is diverted and explore the external blue vulnerability in the Windows SMB and estimate damage around 4.8 million globally. So this one because of what? Because actually the impact, what happened is the impact around 200,000 computer in the around 150 countries that affect. This is their impact. The root cause is because of this unpacked of this eternal blue. Eternal blue is the unpacked window vulnerability. Because of this, they damage around 200,000 computer. And what we learn from here is the lesson from here is the patches management is very critical and very important, and the legacy system is significant risk is very important, and the backup, we need the backup and the recover plan, and also the critical infrastructure is needed for the spatial protections. So the lesson learned here, so we need this patches management, critical apply. So we have to the backup strategy, regularly tested backup is essential, and security training like employee is needed, awareness, and also the incident response. We have a plan to reduce the impact. So actually we need all these in order to avoid this happen. So we learn from this lesson. The second case study is a chronological pipeline attack in year 2001. Okay, this one, like just now I have mentioned, this company, they are the largest fluid pipeline in US. 45% of the e-cost fluid. They this company, they are ransom attacks and forced to be locked down, shut down for 6 days. Because of this lockdown of 6 days, they lost around 4.4 million to be paid. So the cost is from where? Cost is from the single complete VPN password was the entry point. Because of they're using a very just one type of VPN password without the multi-factor. So if they use multi-factor, they can solve this problem. So what the lesson from here? Okay, we can know they need the basic control. Because of this basic control, they need the MFA, prevent the major attack. The second is they have the critical infrastructure attack, have the decade effect. Third is they have to be in incident response decision to have broad implication, and this ransomware payment fund criminal organization. So the impact here, so from the impact of this attack, for in the healthcare, patient this care is structured. In infrastructure, our first is shortage. In the financial, million money is in fact managed. In regularly we require the new requirement to solve this problem. So merging with the trend in this cybersecurity, so that's why we need AI in the cybersecurity to defensive the application. The automated threat detection. So we have to detect whether which one is threat, which one is the real one, which one is the fake one, which one is something we want to is the virus. So we have to have the automated detection system, and we also need the behavioral analysis and also predictive security. So we can use all the AI framework like LM, all this or some AI to provide the defensive application. However, AI not only can be defensive, they also can be offensive. They have the people using the AI power to be attacked, and like deep fake to be phishing, and they're also using the AI system to be automated vulnerability discovery. So AI also have pro and con, but it depends how we use. It depends on the people. Yeah, some people use it to be deep fake or phishing. Some people use it to be protection, defensive and offensive. Okay, and also like just now I have listened the previous speaker. They talk about quantum computing risk. The quantum computer could break the current inclusive standard, like RSM. This one, all this algorithm, the post-quantum graphic development, and harvest deeper later. So all attack have already happened. And also we have the risk of this one that I talk about about quantum computing threat. The risk is current encrypt model will become obsolete. The Harvard now encrypt later is the attack really occur, and timeline is uncertain, but preparation is needed. So some preparation step, what we can do is we can do some inventory current cryptography implementation, monitoring from the post-quantum cryptographic standard, plan for the algorithm to be transition, and assist quantum receive alternative. This is the precaution step that we can do. Okay, for the zero trust architecture, for the zero trust architectures, for the core principle is the security model that we trust is nothing facts, like never trust, never verify, always verify. We never trust the system, but we have to always verify it and continue authentication and authorization and micro segment of the network and less privileged access of the control. So the implementation and the consideration for this zero trust architecture, we require the fundamental architectural changes and balance the security with our user experience, support the remote work and cloud adoption, reduce the impact, and successfully bridge. And the last one is about the security, cybersecurity skill gap. So for the current situation, we can see around 3.5 million is unfiltered position in global. So it's high demand. It's very high demand that drive the salary increase. We need the people have the skill in the cybersecurity. And the skill is required to be evoked rapidly. Okay, that create the career opportunity where we need the security analyzer, and we need the ethical hacker, we need the security architect, and also the CIOS position. So CIOS stands for Chief Information Security Officer. So all this is nowadays is a future, how to say, is a future jobs, future career that we can go for. So lastly, I will talk about conclusions. So for the conclusions, the key to be taken away. So what is the key point? So share the responsibility. Cybersecurity is a everyone responsibility. It's not just IT department. So the awareness is the key. The human error remain the big vulnerable in most of the security system. And precautions versus cure. So investing in the security measure is far less costly than you recover from the breach. Last one is the evolving landscape. The security is not one-time solution, but it's ongoing process for the addiction. So think before you click, secure before you connect. So the questions normally we will ask ourselves, the question is it you will be attacked, but when you are prepared to be incident before they happen. You have to implement multiple layer defense, focus on the detection and response, not just preventions. And you have to learn from the others' experience and the mistake. So that is my presentation for today. So I hope that this will I hope that this is benefit for you. So is there any questions?
Participants, if you are having any questions, you can turn on your mic. You can unmute yourself.
Madam,
How
to stop multiple messages OTPs for my mobile, madam?
How to stop? Can you repeat the questions?
If I got multiple messages, SMS bomb like that.
Multiple message.
SMS bomb.
Multiple message bomb. I didn't have any experience on this. So
I got 100 SMSs as OTPs.
if you suspicious of this multiple, maybe you can call a emergency service from your maybe you have, like, for example, to avoid this security, like email bomb or this logical bomb. Maybe you can use like, for example, if for message, maybe you can block those scammer message. Like for myself, I normally I install in my handphone with one of the software, one of the apps. The apps, they can block all unknown phone number, like they are the reported scammer phone number. So they will block that message to be coming in. Is that answer your questions?
Yes, madam. Any more questions? Kindly ask. Turn on your mic and then you can ask. Participants. Madam, we'll wait for 2 minutes for the participants to. We'll give time for 2 minutes, madam.
Yeah,
for the
sure.
questions.
Good evening, Dr. Lim.
Yes.
Yes, this is Dr. Kumar. Actually, one of the participants posted in that chat box from where we can check out the latest attacks.
Where? Let me see the questions.
In the chat box, actually, you can drag it. You got the old message. One of the participants posted like from where we can check out the latest attacks.
Where you can check out the latest attack?
Yeah, yes.
I also not really. I'm also not really sure where can we check it, but maybe we can check the. Okay, so if, for example, like you check the Bliss, for example, the news, we can check the new website. So for example, like crap on the security journalists, or you can check on the beeping's computer, or the hacker news, or the dark reading. So this is some cybersecurity news website or the feed to get this info, to get the news about the cybersecurity. And for the threat intelligence dashboard, maybe you can check on the mid-threat. For I can share you some website that about this cybersecurity infrastructure. Let I share you some website on this. This website, you can check about some news based on the cybersecurity information, and also some of the data breach tracker. You also can check on some of the website, like for the data breach. This one can be checked for the data breach for your phones, phone breaching. That is some of the website lah that you can check on. So so I can see the chat room have one question is but when we receive the OPT from the different source, what we can do? So if you receive the OTP from different source, so first thing, if, for example, this question for Rita, your questions. For the OTP, at first where you click it. For example, when you are enter the online banking account, so when you click, it will send you an OTP. So it will for you to choose whether you want to send through an email, or you want to send through your SMS, or you want to send through on which source. So if you select it, it will provide different selections. So it depends on which selection that you choose the source. If you receive from different source, so that you have to verify whether which source that you click is the correct one. You have to verify back. Okay. So I think how to be safe from phishing and those. Okay, this one is a very tough question. How to save from phishing and DOS and RAM attack? Wow, this one is a very big question. First, you have to protect yourself from phishing. Okay, so first you have to think before you click. To be say easier, you have to think before you click, and then you have to check the sender detail. For example, the email, the similar domain. You have to check the domain, is it correct? So you have to looking whether is a urgent. Normally they will ask you urgent message, act now. Your account is locked. Sometimes they will put some message like urgent message or treat you, let you under emotional, cannot be think wisdomly, because our human is like this. When you are in a panic situation, your wisdom is not there. You are controlled by your emotion. And enable multi-factor, and also using the anti-breach filter. So normally our email, they will provide the browser extension. You go to the browser extension at the help, so you can click there and you can click up the anti-phishing filter. So they will filter out those message that is not related. If you're using DOS protections, so you have to see how to stay safe on this website. So you have to ensure the content delivery network, is it correct or not? Enable the rate of limitation of the firewall, and also the redundant server. So you have to check all this. Is it the redundant? Is redundant server, and detection of the prevention system, and how an incident is respond. Know what you do if your service is attacked. So this is some of the method. If you have to protect for the ransom, this one is more difficult. So you have to back up your data regularly. So you have to use both line and both offline and also online backup. Okay, you have to update your software most of the time to be reduced, because many of the ransom, they will apply when your software is updated. So you have to use a very strong endpoint protections like antivirus, and you have to do not enable the macro. So most of the time you do, like for example, you're using your Microsoft Office, you're using your Excel, you can go to the setting and enable the macro. You don't enable macro. So normally enable macro, you are doing some programming behind the system. So when you enable the macro, it's more easier, the ransom is happen. And some network segmentation to prevent the macro, the ransom from spread across your whole system. This is a few methods that you can use lah. I hope you can answer your questions. And what else? Okay, so let me check in the chat room. I think that's all the questions. I think I have addressed all the questions in the chat room. If I have missed out, please let me know.
No, ma'am. All the questions are addressed.
Yeah, thanks.
Participants, do you have any more questions?
I'm not the expert in the cybersecurity. I think that here in the meeting room, I think most of you is more expert than me. Even just I listened to the previous speaker, I'm like, wow, it's really I learned a lot from other speaker. Actually, I'm not the expert in cybersecurity.
Thank you, Dr. Lim. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
For
But
your
I thanks you for your opportunity, like giving me to do this sharing. So I learned a lot from this sharing. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Lim, for your thought-provoking and interactive session. On behalf of Scope, VIT-AP University, and all from all the participants, we deeply appreciate your time and contributions. Thank you very much, Dr. Lim.
Thank you.
Yeah, we look forward to another day of learning, enriching Atal FDP. Thank you, everyone, for your engagement and presence. Thank you. We are leaving, Dr. Lim.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, Ram Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we leave?
Yes, sir.
Shall we leave, sir?
Dr. Lim, thank you for your presence and your valuable time. I think late night for your country. So thank you once again, Dr. Lim.
Thank you.
So we can leave.
Yes.